You put me on this platform to tell the truth. Speak to me when I be speaking to the youth.
Yo, welcome again to another episode of the Question Mindset Podcast, where we help you build a multi-figure mindset in the major aspects of life: health, wealth, social life, spirituality, purpose, all the above. Now, today I got a special guest for you, man. Yo, this guy's an award-winning videographer. He actually did J. Cole's Love Yours video, right? Love Yours video. I'm not gonna lie, when I heard that, it was dope. When I heard it, he's a content guru. He's man, I'm not gonna lie. He's even teaching me right now without even realizing it, like all the stuff that he's saying. Yo, Peter, what's up? How you doing today?
What's up, bro? How you, man?
Man, if I'm being honest, man, where does it end? Because it's easier to say what you're not doing than all the things that you are doing right now, from the podcast host, from everything.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. I don't think it never really ends. I just feel like, every day you just grow. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like when it ends, you just die. You get what I'm saying? Like, not to sound so crazy, but if you're on a journey and you're done learning or you're done growing, what are you here for anymore?
Damn.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, because like when I was younger, I wasn't into like personal development. I wasn't into reading. I wasn't into growing or even working on myself. I was just that kid that was like, I wasn't the kid that grew up in the hood or anything like that. You feel me? I was around those people, but I was literally just playing video games, just enjoying life. I wasn't really working on myself, mainly because of insecurities. Like I was telling you earlier, I had a stutter. Well, you didn't hear that part. I was actually talking to her where I told her I had a stutter growing up because my parents reprimanded me from asking too much questions, because it was like, yo, I'm going to die asking all these questions. And, once I broke out of that, I realized, yo, questions is like the thing that you need to get to that next step in life. If you don't ask questions, and they're not just basic questions, if you don't ask quality questions where it's going to put you into forward momentum, you won't get anywhere in life.
I think questions eliminate control, because, like, think about it. In most aspects where you're not allowed to ask questions, there's somebody trying to control you or a group of people trying to control you. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't, not to get too religious, but like, in some religions, it's like if you ask questions, it's known as a bad thing. But it's like, well, if I can't ask questions here, is it really real? You know what I mean?
Yeah, because like
even in the Bible it says you're supposed to question everything. So it's like,
yeah, you have to, and even if you're getting fed by something, like you still have to look within your own wisdom, within your own understanding, to really like decipher, like, hey, is this right? Is this morally okay? Is this gonna get me to the next level? Is this okay to do? Whatever the case may be. Right. So I wanted to ask you this question: like, where did it begin for you? Like, were you always into entrepreneurship, being a videographer? Being in the music industry? I remember you told me.
You know what's crazy? So I guess it all started. I play football, right? That was I played basketball and football. Damn. So that was my whole life, right? I was traveling from state to state. I was AAU player. I was rebound champion of the year. Like I was like basketball. And then I thought I was gonna be 6'10", and I owned up. So in 8th grade I was 6'5", right? So in 8th grade I was 6'5", and I thought I was gonna be 6'10". So everybody's preparing me to like I'm next up type shit. So I'm traveling from park to park, going crazy. And then 9th grade, 10th grade hit, and I'm still 6'5", right? So I'm like, damn.
But 6'5" is okay. People in the league are 6'5".
I'm a bully though. I'm like Charles Barkley. I can't really, my handle skills is not the best. Like I'm a bully. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna get on the court and be the big body and, go crazy. So with my height, I'm like, I'm not really built to be like a small forward or a shooting guard. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Even though I'm a shooter, I don't know how to handle the ball that well. So I played my last 2 years. I played football, and I ended up getting a full scholarship to Wilder University for football as a D lineman and offensive tackle, and that kind of started my path to like the next level, right? Because without that, I honestly don't know where I'll be, because I learned my path in college.
So walk us through that path. Like, was it because your work ethic had to change? Because when I went to college, like, it was rigorous. It was morning lifts. It was all this type of stuff. Did it change your mindset in that way, or like, how did it change for you?
I think, I've always been a natural born leader. Like I've never just took one's advice and just been like, okay, let's do it. Like I've always been a natural born leader. When I step on the court, I've always been the captain. But I think what happened was when I got to college, I took a directing class.
Okay.
Right. So that's where kind of like the shift started happening. So I've already been a natural born leader, but I never had anything to lead besides sports.
So I want to ask you this. I'm sure you've seen it when you was in college, and especially being around other athletes. When you're an athlete in college, most other athletes do business administration or sports therapy or anything along that line. Why did you decide to go into film and directing?
Okay, great question. I was lazy as shit and I didn't want to do no work. If I'm being honest. So every athlete, right, we want to go into quote unquote business, right?
Yeah.
So I went into business administration and it sucked. It was terrible. I hated all the classes. Like I fell asleep. I didn't come to class. Like if I showed up to class, everybody laughed because they know I don't come to class.
Damn.
So I had to pick a major. And it was like, I'll just do communications. Like, why not? Like I want to communicate. But I didn't even know what communication was really. It was like film and TV kind of style, but old school. So
like news and stuff like that?
Yeah, like news, advertisement classes, stuff of that nature.
Oh, really?
Right? Yeah.
I thought that was more of like when I thought communications, I thought it was more of like social services, like social working and stuff like that.
That's actually a different department. So communications in college, at least I could be wrong, but communications, the field of communications is TV, advertisement, social, like that. That's all communications. So when I went to that field, I ended up taking a directing class, and that was the only class I showed up to. Aced all my exams. I learned how to edit videos and everything, and I fell in love with the fact that I can help people tell their stories. Like I've always been like a visionary. So if I hear a song, I can see the visual play in my head. Or if you tell me about your story, like where you come from in life, visually I play it in my head as a movie scene, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It just
like
just connected me to film. So when I started getting the film, because I'm like, yo, I have the ability to tell somebody's story with a camera. That just always intrigued me, and that's kind of where the journey started. And then I got so into it that in order to graduate in communications, you had to do a big final where it was a master video, and we had to do like this big like 10-minute film, right, of whether it be a documentary or a film, whatever. And I was doing everybody's final for money. Like that was my side hustle. But I didn't know that there was a quote unquote style of video. So I had a style. So the teacher called on and was like, all these look the same. And they was like, yo, Peter, if you do it, if we catch anybody with this style, you're all flunky because we know Peter did it. So it got crazy. Like,
damn.
Yeah, like it got crazy.
So how would you do, like, getting into videography? Because I want to get into that type of stuff and marketing and other things on this podcast. So how did you find your style, or like walk us through that? And like you said, there was different styles.
So I think my style is bringing people's vision to life, but using their real stories. So even when I got into music videos, right? Music videos and marketing wise, music videos was the easy thing to skyrocket my career. So I sat down one day, I was like, yo, I wanted to get into film, but filmmakers don't really make a lot of money unless you're in Hollywood. And I don't really think I'm gonna be in Hollywood that fast. So I said, what short form content can I make that I can implement film inside of it to get my name out there faster? And I thought about music videos. I could do music videos like mini movies, and it'll get out there faster.
And I noticed that in the J. Cole Love Yours videos with him being at his house and stuff like that. Like, was that the direction that you pretty much chose for that video?
100%. Well, it's two things in that. So number one, I didn't know J. Cole when I shot it. Right? Like, never met this man a day in my life. I heard the album one day and was like, yo, I would love to get a J. Cole music video. So I contacted my team and was like, yo, can we somehow reach out to J. Cole? No luck. We can't get to J. Cole. J. Cole's a super big star at this time. He still is, but I couldn't get to him. You get what I'm saying? And
that was the peak. That was the peak.
Yeah. Right there. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just shoot a video like a movie, how I depict what he's saying, and I'm gonna try to get it to anybody I can. His publicist, his writer, anybody on the internet with his name attached to it. I was gonna Google it and just send it to everybody. Lo and behold, 3 days later, after we done shooting it, after pulling this crazy scheme to put this thing together out of my own money, I meet J. Cole in the club. Like, literally 3 days later. So you talk about the law of attraction, right? Damn. 3 days later.
After you finished it.
After I finished it.
So you have it on your phone, like, hey,
mind you, never met this man in my life. Never even saw him at concert.
Damn.
I traveled to New Orleans to shoot a documentary for one of the players for the Pelicans, right? And I'm inside the club. I'm with Anthony Davis and Tyreek Evans at the time. And we're in the club. We got the big section in the club. And J. Cole walk in. Now, mind you, they're the stars of New Orleans. So, of course, J. Cole walks into their section. Yeah. Right? And then I'm like, yo, I'm looking at everybody like, yo, y'all know I just shot the J. Cole video. Y'all better stop playing. Like, I need to talk.
Tell him. Put me on, like, put me on game.
You feel me? Yeah. So, boom. So, I ended up talking to his manager. We had cool words. And I talked to J. Cole for a little bit. And I told him, he kind of looked at me like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? Right? Because it's like, I can't even come up with the words to say I just shot your video. It's like, how do you describe that? You get what I'm saying?
Damn, it's like you want to say everything in a book.
Yo,
bro.
100%, but you only got like 3 seconds.
You're like, I want to do that, like, bro.
Right, but it's like
here.
You try not to be like what I call in Philly. We call them dick eaters. Like we try not to be like too much of like, you know what I mean. So I try to be cool about it. But long story short, he never watched the video, and we couldn't get a hold of his manager, right? Which is cool. Yeah, I put the video out as a tribute video, right? Just this tribute because it was his birthday. I put out a tribute video. We went viral. We got like 3 million views in a couple days, right? So it went viral. I was satisfied with that. 2 weeks later, I think about 2 weeks later, I went to Arizona to do another documentary for Rondé Hollis Jeffers, who played for Arizona State. J. Cole comes into town. Random and shit again. Since I'm with the star of the town, we end up going to J. Cole's concert. We end up being front row. Through the inner workings of my management and people recognize who I am because I definitely stand out. We ended up being invited backstage. He ended up seeing the video, and he liked it so much that they made it the official video.
Damn.
So that's how that came to be. It wasn't like J. Cole hired me. It was like, oh, here's my video. Like, no, I do.
Damn, the law of attraction really does work. And when you put so much intention behind it, the world is gonna do nothing but reward you for that intention, 100%. Bro. So you went from videography, and now you put on social media and everywhere that you're the marketing god or the content god. So how did that switch go about from, you know what, instead of me just making it and letting those people use it however they want to use it, let me control, let me direct it, let me understand how marketing works so I can be able to market anything that I have?
Well, you know what? I got tired of seeing 100 views, 200 views, bro. Like, doing music videos, like, granted, like, you're going to have certain artists that have the budget to market themselves and to do marketing, but most people don't understand it. So I'm like, what's the point of me doing a music video and only a couple hundred people see it? It's like I'm doing all this hard work and I'm putting my stories out there. I'm putting my heart out there, and only a couple hundred people see it. That means really nobody saw it. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, you know what? I got to teach myself how to do marketing and how more eyes can land on my videos so that I can, one, get myself out there, but two, get the artists out there. And when I started doing that, not only did I make more money because the artists started hiring me for two things, marketing and videos, but I was able to get more exposure for myself.
Damn. So for the people that are just tuning into this episode, what is marketing and what are the issues found in marketing, whether it's good or bad? Like we had talked about a little bit, whether the video quality or the audio and stuff like that. Like, can you describe that a little bit for us?
Nowadays, I mean, 2024, nowadays marketing is really just everything, bro. Because with all the trolling going on, it's almost like people are saying anything to go viral. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? People are talking about, people's families in a negative way, and you got these beefs, quote unquote, that it might be fake, might not be. Like, people are even who just put out an interview, the baby just put out an interview saying that one of his homies had called him and said, yo, let's start a fake beef because it would go crazy on the internet. So that's the extent of how people are doing marketing now.
Yeah, and I seen this new podcast come out where this guy interviewed Kanye West, and he basically they had talked about the J. Cole and K-Dot beef, and that went viral. And I'm like, yo, they really just using anything, and that was their first post. Like, why focus on that and stuff like that?
Well, social media has become a reality show. So the more drama you can stir up, the more negativity is involved in it, it has more potential to go viral. But then you also have your other side of, motivational positivity, the Wallow 2-5s of the world. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm tripping. Wallow 2-6. I'm tripping. Yeah, but the Wallows of the world. Yeah.
Like the Millionaire Mindset like the Millionaire Mindset, all these other things.
Right.
Like
so you do have that. You do have that. You do have that direction, but it has nothing compared to the negativity of the world, the Zeus networks of the world. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what is good marketing? What is bad marketing? Because I want to ask you this question since you're in the marketing space. I seen this page. It was one of those motivational pages, those mindset pages. I go into captions. I don't know if you've seen it. It's a bunch of bots just glorifying this one person. And it's not like they're just saying one thing, or like they're saying, hey, this person is the best. The coaching is the best. And other bots are interacting with those bots. Like, have you seen that before?
Yes, of course, every day.
Dog, that's my first time seeing it. I'm like, yo, why? Like, like my feeling when I saw it is like, yo, I don't even want to interact with their page because it's like you just spammed 180 of different bots on one person's post.
So good marketing shouldn't feel like marketing. It should feel like people are a part of it. You get what I'm saying? Like, marketing should never feel like marketing.
Yeah, I guess I didn't feel a part of it because I was just like, spam.
And you wanted to be real. You wanted to seem organic.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, granted, there's things that you could do to catch the eyes, but when people do a deep dive into you, you want people to you want to be relatable. You want to be a person that people can see like, yo, I relate to this person. I can rock with this person. They seem real. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. They have that authenticity to them, pretty much.
100%.
So what in marketing, do you specialize in like any platforms or everything? Because I have some specific questions.
So not a specific platform because I use all platforms. I mean, I definitely have a really great YouTube presence. I have a great Instagram presence. But I built big platforms on TikTok. I built big platforms on every single platform. It's just that for my own personal one, I've been really good on Instagram. I've been really good on YouTube. But I've been paid for clients to do all platforms.
Like LinkedIn,
everything.
So tell me this. All right, Instagram. I learned recently like different people on different platforms consume its content differently. Right. Like Instagram, there's reels, there's posts, there's stories, there's lives, and all that type of stuff. Reels, from what I remember, is to get traction from people who are not your followers, like an 80-20 rule. The post really goes to your direct followers. Lives build connections. Stories is for engagement. But that's all I know about Instagram. Is there like any way to understand how people consume content, say on like YouTube, so somebody can better their marketing in some type of way?
Okay,
or
so
what have you found?
All right, so YouTube, right? So everything is about watch time. How long can you stay on the page, right? So YouTube Shorts was created to reach help you reach a bigger audience, like Reels, like Instagram Reels.
Yeah.
So the objective is to post eye-catching YouTube Shorts for them to go back and see your long form, right? So everything in YouTube is about getting everybody to go watch your long form. And now you even have the new strategy of let me create multiple different pages, because one YouTube channel is one algorithm. So I can only post a certain amount of times on my YouTube channel, and it's only going to reach a certain amount of views, right? Really? That's one algorithm. But if I have another YouTube channel and I post, and me and Rich was just, Moneybag Rich, Mindset Rich, we were just talking about this the other day, and he had put me on. And we were talking about how having multiple YouTube accounts, you can leverage it. One could be your YouTube Shorts, one for small clips, one for long form, and then because there's only one algorithm per account, so you upload a bunch of clips on here, and it all leads back to the long form.
So in YouTube Shorts, I've seen that you can put it where when they click that arrow to watch other shorts or other videos connected to it, it takes it to that YouTube that YouTube video that was posted from that channel. How do you funnel it to like say that one main channel like Mr. Beast where he has that one and he has those other ones?
Well, I think people just look and search. So like, if I, like for example, we just did an interview with Freeway, right? Like, mind you, we just started building this YouTube. Just started building it, right? We have I think maybe 1,000 subscribers, right? Something like that, maybe 1,500, something like that. But we just started building it, and we posted a clip of one of the Freeway clips. It got like 3,000 views that day, right? Just 3,000 views, right? That's more subscribers than we have.
Okay,
that's one day.
Definitely.
Now, just from that 3,000, just from that one clip, we got an extra couple hundred views for the long form. Gotcha. Now imagine posting 3 times, 4 times a day
for that same one
for the same interview.
Okay, gotcha.
Now imagine posting 3-4 times a day on the other account as well, leveraging the other algorithm.
And they search and they go to find a
now instead of a couple hundred views a day, you're getting 10 to 20 to 30,000 views a month.
Wow,
you get them?
So I never
compound interest.
Never thought about that with social media. So, and as far as for say TikTok, because the thing that I'm seeing with TikTok is like, hey, I'm posting, it's getting more traction than Instagram. So they like it better on TikTok, but I don't see any traction on them following or connecting to the page or building that connectivity. And I'm seeing that Instagram and TikTok are different in that type of way.
What I've learned from TikTok is TikTok doesn't like the professional shit. You know what I mean? Like when I say professional shit, I mean Instagram is where you put all your glitz and glamour. TikTok is the how-to videos, the tutorials, the this is me, this is the raw me. Like I ain't got to get my makeup done for TikTok. Like you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like
because like my personal page, I post one thing, it gets more traction on that because I just put my phone up, I put my phone in front of my face, I talk. But the podcast is something different. I never thought about it.
Well, I ain't gonna lie, podcasting actually does really well on TikTok.
It does, but like compared to the personal side, it's like that's like
I got
you. It's like take it and run, because it's like pretty much like how you said earlier, they feel connected to you in that way.
People want that raw, real, and TikTok is a way for you to really live inside of somebody, be like a fly on the wall of somebody's life. Mm-hmm. So we all love reality TV, right? So you're literally just a fly on the wall of somebody's reality TV show on TikTok. So the more raw, organic stuff that you post that people like, that's in their specific niche, people gonna rock with it.
So would you do that same strategy as for YouTube with Instagram or with TikTok? Because I've seen some other pages.
So with Instagram, the strategy for Instagram would be, and we just talked about the strategy yesterday in the mastermind, was creating, like, let's say I have Peter Parker, right? My account. Then creating a Peter Parker Films and a Peter Parker Knows It All, whatever, right? Creating different accounts with the name in it, and then using that to create more posts, right? So, because if I got 3 accounts or 4 accounts or 5 accounts posting me, and they all have different algorithms and they're all growing, they all lead back to the main channel.
So when you say different algorithms, like walk me through that, because algorithms, from what I remember, is like, because I had my Instagram for a while, and somebody just mentioned to me that they deleted their page of 16K or 60K followers because they had it when they was fighting. Now all their followers is curated towards people who's in that fighting niche or that fighting algorithm. Yeah. But now they're in, selling like this digital product or this digital service or the CRM. So they're not getting the traction that they want, but they're getting more traction in relations to their subscribers or their followers and the people who actually view the actual video. Yeah. So is that what you're talking about?
So when I say algorithm, I mean, for lack of better words, the flow, right? It's the flow of a specific account. Okay. So if I post 3 times on Instagram, but if I post 3 times or whether I post 100 times, Instagram is not going to just let my account just go crazy if I post 100 times. You only get one flow per account. Mm-hmm. Whether your flow is, you got a good flow at 5 times a day, whether you got a good flow at 1 time a day, that specific account is only going to have one algorithm. So the more accounts that you have, the more chances that you have to get something out there.
Got you, to get that brand awareness. So
right.
So it eventually goes to that one.
So if I have one account, say if I want to post 10 times today, right? If I posted 10 times on one account, it will only reach a certain amount of people. But if I post 3 times on 3 accounts, which is 9 times, it's going to reach a way bigger audience than it would on that one Instagram. That makes sense?
Yeah. So would you do collab posts, or would it's like separate posts?
No. Separate posts. You don't. I do collab with my brands, but not for the intention that we're talking about here.
Gotcha. So I was getting it wrong with that.
Yeah, so you don't collab because that essentially is the same thing. Essentially, you're still posting 1 time versus 3 times because you're only doing one algorithm.
Got you. Because what I was doing is like, because say use my podcast for example. I post on the podcast, and it gets, say, 300 views because it's just growing, 88 followers. But then I post on my regular Instagram. On average, I'm seeing the flow. If you're saying the algorithm, average that I'm seeing now as it climbs is like 2,000, 3,000, 1,600. But then when my psychology is like, all right, if I post it from my podcast, collab my other page, now they're gonna go on that page and it drives it up. But it's like the same thing, pretty much.
Really, yes. You know what's crazy though? I'm gonna be honest. It only, for me, when I've done collaborations, it's with somebody that has a totally different audience than me. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, if me and you collab on something, you'll leverage off my audience, right? Because I have a bigger audience, and I'll leverage off the audience that you have. But if I'm collabing with one of my other brands that I have, yes, it does work if I collab because they'll know about that brand. But for some reason, it does do well, and when I just post by itself. And sometimes I've even seen the opposite. Sometimes I've collabed and it didn't do as well, and then I'll retry it again solo and it'll do better. Wow. So you get what I'm saying? Like the algorithm can change on you due to different variables. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
It's a matrix, bro. It's like, it's a circuit. You just gotta figure it out.
So I'm asking these questions because like I'm all about performance. I'm all about productivity, performance, scalability. So how would one like master that within their brand? Like say if I create like,
so let's start with the first thing first. Forget about algorithm, forget all that shit.
Yeah.
Is your content worth watching? That's number one. You feel me? Like First of all, your first 3 seconds, right? If your first 3 to 5 seconds don't reel me in, I'm out of there. That's number one. Number two, let's just say you go viral, right? Let's just say you go mini viral, 20,000, 40,000 views on a post, right? And it is dope. What people are then going to do is they're going to go to your main page because they're interested now. Damn, this guy's really dope. Let me go to his main page. If your main page does not have covers on it, like a YouTube, like how YouTube thumbnails have, if you don't have thumbnails for your Instagram, if I click a certain amount of videos and I don't like what you're saying because I don't know what they are, I'm just randomly clicking, I'm out of there. But if I see thumbnails that say YouTube strategy, Instagram this, highlights, whatever, I know what I'm clicking on, so I know what to expect. So my brain's like, oh, this is dope. This is what I wanted to see versus me playing a guessing game with your account.
Got you.
You get what I'm saying?
Got you.
So be prepared to go viral. Like, are you ready for your viral moment?
So there are pages that I've seen that are viral that have followers that get traction, but they don't have those thumbnails. They don't have none of that. Like, what would you say for those type of videos? Is it because they're all just doing the same thing from what I'm seeing, or?
I mean, some people just have amazing content. Let's not get it right. Let's not get it messed up. Now, I'm just preparing you for the best possible outcomes, but that doesn't mean that just posting great content doesn't work.
Gotcha.
Like, you post great content, you don't necessarily have to have a cover. You can just post great content. But I'm talking about for business structure wise.
Yeah.
By having covers, you get more leads, you can get more sales, you can get more, your turnover ratio is better. So I'm not saying that your content won't get seen, but just because I got friends with millions of followers, they don't make no money.
Damn.
You get what I'm saying? So numbers don't always matter. Perfect example. Let's talk my homie Mastermind Rich, because I'm Mastermind Rich, not Moneybag Rich. Right? So I'm like, bro, you Moneybag Rich, guy, man. You Moneybag Rich too, bro. Don't get it forget. Nah, that's my guy. So anyway, let's talk. All right, so he has what I call. He's a micro influencer, right? But his turnover ratio is better than people with hundreds of thousands of followers. You get what I'm saying? So sometimes it's not all about the numbers. It's about the engagement and turnover ratio. Because we've noticed with our when we've done marketing for artists, we do better with influencers that have smaller followings because they're more organic than the big ones, because the big ones are all over the place. And the smaller ones are niched down. So it's like those 20,000 or a real 20,000 that'll do everything you say. But those million followers that just came from you just going viral a bunch of times, they might not necessarily convert.
Yeah, and then when you post it doesn't really go to them because they're not really in their niche, their all that type of stuff.
You feel me? 100%.
So what would if you can give like a 5-point structure as far as from beginning to end, like say if I were to open an Instagram right now, what should I focus on? Because people focused on hashtags, people focused on having the right covers, people focused on providing the right value. Even though some people are frauds out there, they're just reading a book and just
regurgitating information.
Yeah, doing the same thing. They don't really believe in what they're saying. They're just saying it to try to go viral and try to get the sales from what they're saying, and just provide like an ebook, $10.
Well, I think number one is everything is a strategy, and all strategies can work. Well, most of them. But just focus on making great content. And where's your pitch at? Like your first 3 to 5 seconds, if your pitch reels me in, this is how Instagram works.
Yeah.
They show it to 10 to 20% of your audience, right? If that 10 to 20% likes it, they'll show it to another percentage. And if they like it, they'll show it to another percentage. Really? So you climb the ladder. Okay. In order to climb the ladder, it's about watch time, right? So forget about all the hashtag. I'm not saying that that's not important. I'm just saying first things first, let's create engaging content that people are going to watch for the duration of the video, not turn it off in 2 seconds.
Got you. Those are the pitches. Like you won't be the same after watching this video, or like certain
whatever. That's a pitch.
Yeah.
Is it a pitch or a hook? One of those. So it reels you in. You need something that's going to reel you in. That's why most of my music videos, in the first 3 to 5 seconds, I'm reeling you in like a movie trailer, so that you will want to stay longer to see what happens. But if you come on, like I don't even like giving introductions all the time unless it's so quick, because an introduction takes away from the content. Now the introduction was so long, I don't even care anymore.
Yeah.
Like, hey guys, my name is such and such, and I just want to talk. Like, I'm already done. I'm over it.
I'm scrolling past. I've done that.
Our attention span is not that. You know what I mean? We're fast, so you got to come off quick. Like, yo, I just made $1 million, and you're like, what? No, I'm just playing. But look, I did now. What I did do is I made 50,000. But I like, you know what I mean? It's just attention grabbing.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah, I got you. So you learned all this just doing videography, just like how do you learn? Do you learn just by doing it?
So all right. So I got to give credit where credit is due. First off, right? I took Ty Lopez's course, his marketing course, back in the day, years and years ago. That's where I really learned a lot of foundational marketing. He taught me a lot. I made a lot of money from that course. And then after that was trial and error, getting budgets and spending money, spending my own money, spending labels money on what works and what doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? So we got hundreds of thousands of dollars in on just seeing what works and what doesn't work. So I'm not speaking from a book standpoint of, I read this ebook and it says this. No, I actually put my money where my mouth is. Yeah. And I could tell you, this don't work, bro. I already spent $50K here and that shit don't work. Or I spent this money here and this do work. Damn. You get what I'm saying?
Damn. And you went through that trial and error. So when it comes to content marketing and all these type of stuff, providing good content, what would you say is, because many times social media nowadays is either it's about the influence you have or it's a product or service based type of word and that type of aspect. So what would you say is good or bad influence when you're dealing with on the influence side?
Well, like,
because we mentioned a little bit about those mindset pages and then of those pages where they bomb you and stuff like that. Like, is that just it? From your standpoint, from your mindset?
I think it just depends on what audience do you want. Do you want the world to know who you are, or do you want to create a business that is creating income? Like, it depends on what you want. There are some people that are not doing it for income, even though they want income. There's some people that just want to be famous. Yeah. There's a difference between wanting to be famous and wanting to do business.
You feel like those people that want it so bad don't get the traction that they want because they're seeking for it in that type of way, the views, the likes, without providing good quality stuff or even being their authentic self, because they fake it or they're a fraud to try to rush for that.
Interesting enough, some of the people that are doing a lot of the fraud shit do go viral and are successful at tricking people. I think nowadays, though, with social media is that we're doing our research and we're tired of being scammed. And what happens is you see a lot of people getting exposed. As of last year to this year, you've seen a lot of your favorite influencers, gurus, financial literacy people. They've been getting exposed because they've been lying to the people. So you got to be careful about going viral, because that shit can also backfire you, because when more people have eyes on you, they do their research. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you can fool a lot of people, but then there's certain people that's like, I'm not going to take this for face value. I'm going to do some research. Let me Google. Let me do some background checking. Because you're talking about you're making this much money and your lifestyle was this, but when things don't add up, that's when people start to be like, that doesn't make sense. And me personally, like, I love pushing lifestyle because I'm all for watching people's lifestyle help motivate me to become better and want more. Yeah. But there's a difference between marketing and just straight up just fraud. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you take a picture in front of this car and it's not your car.
That shit burns me the fuck up. But you do have plays like, and I do respect Ty Lopez for this. So Ty Lopez used to run an ad on the Lamborghini in his garage with all the books in it, right? He had this advertisement on YouTube that he went crazy on. He had a Lamborghini that I believe he rented. He put it in his garage, and he had a bunch of books on the shelf and said, "This is how you create." I
think I remember seeing that. Yeah, ad. I'm not.
He was one of the first people to do it though. But what I'm saying is, he still, now granted, I wouldn't necessarily call him a fraud because he never really was like. He used the Lamborghini, but it wasn't like, this is my Lambo. If you want to drive a Lambo, just like, you know what I mean? He didn't really go crazy like that, even though he leveraged it. But now you have people really going crazy where they have like 3 cars, Rolls Royce, Lamborghini truck, and all these things. And it's like, bro, you drive an Acura. You get what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with Acura, but I'm just saying, just don't flex too crazy where it don't make sense. Gotcha. This is not your lifestyle. Now, if you're a person that drive, like, you drive an AMG and you know, on the weekends you want to go rent you a Rolls Royce or whatever, and don't get me wrong, it's still $1,200 a day, so you got some money. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? But just don't be out here driving a '98 Corolla, fly to Miami and rent a Rolls Royce and talking about I'm doing big things. That's not it. Nah. You feel me?
That's grits. Because like on this journey of entrepreneurship, like, I've had those days where it's like, okay, let me try to do this, but then I just feel weird because it's like, yo, this is not me. I don't want to flex. I don't want to do anything in that regards. But it's like, all right, what is the best way I could put myself out there?
Now, have you ever thought about what I'll call like reverse flexing, where you can make fun of those things that you like you say, you might not want to rent a Ferrari because you don't drive a Ferrari or nothing close to it. But you can also put your money up, rent a Ferrari, and do content talking shit about people that do. Like, so you could do like parody content where it's like, hey, I'm a mindset coach and I drive a Ferrari. Now I'm just playing. Look, I just rented this joint because I just want y'all to pay attention to the video. But listen, hear me out real quick. Because I just spent $800 on this Ferrari real quick. So y'all better pay attention. I would watch that.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's funny, he's engaging, and he's real. People respect real. So sometimes you have to grab props to grab their attention. Like, I got $1 million in prop money, right? Movie money, right? And sometimes I'll just throw it on a table and pull out a bill and be like, now that I got your attention, you get what I'm saying? And then you talk about whatever you got to talk about. But as long as you real about it, people will take it for like, oh shit, that was funny or that was clever. Yeah. Let me hear what he got to say.
Yeah. Gotcha. That's not bad. That's not bad. So what would you say is, where can you see marketing go from now that you pretty much told us that you spent this much time in marketing? So where do you see it going now? Because marketing has changed from when you learned it from that guy to where it is now, right, to all 100%. These new things coming up.
I think marketing now, man, it's such a wild, wild west type of situation, because now you have people that are willing to do immoral things to go viral, right? So you got people who just say, and I ain't gonna put no names out there because I just don't feel like giving people clout, but people that just say the wildest shit. Like, all right, for example, right, when Charleston White says certain shit, it's hard for me to respect it. Like, I just can't respect some of the shit that he say. You get what I'm saying? Because it's not, for me, for my morals and principles, I'll never talk about dead loved ones or people's families in that way. You know what I'm saying? I still live by the code that children and women are off limits. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's just me personally. I live by that code. Some people don't. I'm just not willing to sacrifice my morals and values to go viral like that.
Yeah, that's that bad type of influence. Yeah.
I just don't think it's like, for what, bro? Because I don't care what you say. I don't give a fuck what you say. You reap what you sow, and be careful to plant the seeds you plant, because you are planting seeds. Yeah. And motherfuckers be like, well, that shit won't affect me. Shit, it ain't happened to me yet. My nigga, it didn't happen to you yet, bro. But you still got family. You still got people out here
that you care about.
You know what I'm saying? 100%. Yeah. You still can be affected. Don't get it fucked up. Just because you ain't get yours yet don't mean it can't happen. So I hate when people take this stance on, oh, this will never happen to me. Okay. All right, cool, nigga. Because I done seen grown men cry, bro. You feel me? All for shit you would never expect. So I just say be careful with your words.
Damn, yeah, because I'm a firm believer in you putting out the right energy, you immediately get it back. Because I'm gonna give you this one example. I'm arguing with somebody. I don't argue back. I don't argue back because I don't believe in shifting my energy in that way to match somebody in that way. Yeah. Right? I witnessed somebody walk in a room, they're not yelling, but the moment they yell, the whole energy shifts, everything happens where now they're affected. They get a car accident. And all that happens within 5 minutes right then and there.
Yeah, that's crazy, yep.
Yeah, it can switch that quick.
That's definitely true. Definitely. Matter of fact, it's a time when me and wifey was driving, right? And mind you, we've been together, what, 6 years now? It's been a minute.
Here in like Florida?
Yeah. So me and wifey been together for a while, and we was in the car, right? And we don't ever argue, ever. But it was this one day where I was like, go here. And she was like, no, it's not the way. And I was like, yes, it is the way. Boom. I sideswiped the car immediately because of our conversation, because of the energy in the car. And I was like, what the fuck is what happened? I was like, this is your fault. Like, I mean, and it's like you said, the energy, it happens quick. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So the energy you're putting out at that moment can definitely affect you right then and there.
Yeah, and that's the same with business, man. Because the moment you do a lot of bad business, the moment you put a lot of fraud stuff out there, the moment you front, the moment you flex, you're gonna get those people that call you out, like the Ball Busters page or those pages out there. You're gonna get the people that are gonna want to sue you. You're gonna get the people that's gonna want to affect you in that type of way. So I want to ask you this. I always, now that you're in marketing, now that you do a lot of big things. What does success look like for you now?
Success to me is the phone calls I get when people that I've helped achieve greatness, or what they consider greatness. You know what I mean? Like when I get a phone call for one of my mentees saying, "Yo, Pete, last month we did 50 million views on our channel, bro. I appreciate you so much." That's what success means to me. You know what I mean? Not necessarily what I achieve, but what I help others achieve. You know what I mean? Because, you know, I always see myself as a kingmaker, right? I love
takes a king to make a king.
100%. And people have poured into me over the years. I've been extremely blessed to be around some of the world's, like, what they would consider some of the world's greatest people, the greatest athletes, the greatest business people. Like, I even know one of my mentors is a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? And to have that many blessings around me, I have no choice but to try to give back. You know what I mean? And my giving back is helping people that are striving to be better in business and better as an entrepreneur.
Yeah, man, it's hard. It's hard, especially when you don't know where to go first. That was one of my biggest struggles. Like, I'm only 23. Brand new, I'm fresh in this stuff. I started changing myself when I turned what? It wasn't even after I graduated high school, man. When I was like 18, it was like 19, 20. I was like, you know what, man, I want more for myself. And then that's when I started, you know, asking questions, seeking out mentors, seeking out people to guide me in a certain way. I found my mentor, Hernold, who does peer-to-peer lending, and he helped shift my mind on what it is to be a man, relationships, like you name it. And I feel like that's what success. Like, I was talking to Rich about it too, because you know, sometimes you have those doubts and you have that right person that you need to talk to you know, to have those type of conversations with anything. And then, you know, he told me, he was like, all right, because my main thing was, hey, I'm teaching this class on Monday. It was this past Monday, and I was almost gonna teach a curriculum on something that I never done, which is like the fraud type of stuff. Like, I've doubled my income before, but I haven't hit that 6 figures yet. And I'm just being vulnerable on that aspect. And I don't want to teach a class like, hey, I'm going to help you build your business to 6 figures. And he was like, yo, you don't have to teach from that perspective. At the end of the day, you doubled your income. You could teach somebody how to double your income because of the habits you built. And, you know, because I'm a performance guy, that's what I did. I found the right habits to cause me to read more, journal more, do these certain things where I doubled my income. And now it's like, all right, now that I have the mindset, what is the system that I need to put into play with these habits that I have to really shift me in that way? And that's pretty much what I taught about. I taught about performance habits, and he basically gave me that mindset switch where it was like, when you do these things, don't worry about teaching people or getting them to a certain place. Teach them from where you're at right now.
And that's the biggest thing. The biggest thing about that is everybody has a different potential and they can do different things with the same amount of knowledge. So if you possess knowledge that I don't have and I apply it, the outcome could be different for me than it is for you. Like one of my mentees, right? One of my mentees took my advice on something that I use and got 10 times more views than I got last month. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So sometimes you have the advice, sometimes you have the knowledge, it just would apply differently to a different person and the outcome would be different. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you don't got to look at it as, oh, I'm gonna help you make 6 figures, or you have imposter syndrome because you haven't made that. Yeah. It's like, no, I have the ability to double what I've been able to do. This is how I've been able to do it. And you'd be surprised. So like I always say, we're in life, right? Let's just say we're here, right? We want to be here, but the rest of the world's down here. Right. So if the rest of the world's down here, and because when you talk to people, you realize, man, it's a lot of information that people just don't know.
And that's real, because I was talking to one of my homegirls, right? And I just dropped this gem on, like, you know, wealth building and stuff like that. And I mentioned this wealth chest analogy. I explained it to her. She looked as if she just found the Bible for the first time. And I'm like, yo, you don't know this? Doesn't everybody know this?
We got to stop doing that. That's what keeps us out of the conversation. That's what keeps us with imposter syndrome. That's what hurts us the most. We think everybody knows what we know because we feel like we need to know so much more.
Yeah, and then Rich, you know, gave me a different perspective. I'm assuming everybody knows this because I paid the money to get in the rooms. I put in the work so people see my work ethic, so they invite me to places and they see these certain things and they believe in me on that certain aspect because I have that belief in myself. But then when I read, he gave me this perspective where it was like, yo, you literally paid $6,000 for coaching. How much people can say that they paid for coaching the way you did? they applied the information the way you did. Most people don't do that. So when you say these information, you're coming from a perspective of knowing all these things and practicing all these things from somebody not even exposed to the book or even the name of the book or even being in the same library as that book.
That's a fact.
So once you told me that and I saw that person's reaction, I was like, you know what? That made me put my head down, be more humble, and then take this coaching thing serious, take this performance thing serious, where it's like, all right, I know what I'm putting is facts because my community doesn't know this information. The people around me don't know this information. People in my schools don't know this information. And who's to say that they're going to know it 5-10 years from now if nobody's going back in there and telling this?
For sure. There's a lot of people stuck in the rat race. And there's so many people that, so you limit yourself by saying people that leverage the words like millionaire or leverage the word, I'm going to help you make six figures. Six figures is such an overused term.
Yeah.
Fuck 6 figures. I'm going to teach you how to double your income. I'm going to teach you how to triple your income. I'm going to teach you how to expand your mind so that you have the ability to make more money and make better decisions. Because it's really all about discipline and decisions. It ain't really about, everybody's not meant to make the same amount of money. If that was the case, we all would be making the same amount of money. You know what I'm saying? It's about the principles, the discipline, and the knowledge that you have to get you to that point.
So let me ask you this question. I don't know, the answers could be the same. What is the principle or what did you find to build the discipline that you have to get you to the next level? What is that one thing or many things or top 3? Like you can name all of them.
Principle, I guess my biggest thing is, now granted, I want to be more consistent, but my biggest thing is I've been consistent over the years with my work. Like my work is very consistent. I'm always going to put out a certain level of work and I'm put out a certain amount of work where people look like, damn, Pete, you still killing it. Damn, bro, you did this video. Damn, you did that video. Like consistency is key. So over the years, I've never stopped grinding. I never stopped working. And through people seeing that, people are now booking more videos, booking more calls. And then it's like, it's believable because I've been doing this 10 plus years, right? So it's like, people have seen the journey. People have seen me when I had, a $400 camera, then seen when I bought my first $3,000 camera, then see when I bought my first $5,000 camera, then see when you know what I'm saying? So by people seeing the journey and me just being transparent and being consistent, that has really gotten me to the level and using marketing inside of that, like I've explained my journey on social media. Like when it comes to social media, it's about telling your story. You have to find 1,000 different ways to tell the same story. You get what I'm saying?
1,000 ways to tell the same story. Got you. So I want to end off with this. I want to end off with 2 questions. What is the best part about being you now? Given you have this type of success, you have this impact towards others. You're doing all these things. You have a wife. You have a family and things like that. Like, what would you say is the best part of being you? So people can say, hey, when I get there, this is what it's like if you remain humble, if you remain disciplined, if you remain consistent to who you are and being transparent.
For me personally, so Charlie Mack is like a legend from Philly or whatever. And Charlie Mack always told me, because he used to always give me a lot of gems. I'm like, man, he's like, don't worry about paying me back, pay it forward. Right. So I think the biggest thing for me is it's a blessing to have an amazing woman. It's a blessing to have, it's a blessing to be able to even pay your bills nowadays, right? It's a blessing to Facts, be in business and make money. But the biggest thing for me is there's no feeling like helping other people achieve their dreams, helping other people see their vision, helping other people tap into their potential. For me, it comes easy, right? I've been blessed to have a mom who believes in me. I've been blessed to have a support system, whether, I've been blessed to have a support system, no matter how that is, from coaches. I've always had people believe in me, right? Some people don't have that. So the thing that gives me the chills, the things that really keep me going is when I can help somebody else see that and be that for them. That makes me that makes me wake up in the morning with a smile. That makes me excited every day. I can have no money and go somewhere and add value. That gets me up in the morning. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's dope. So I want to ask you this one question to end it off. What is the 5 steps somebody can do now to get them to the next level from your perspective? From everything that we talked about, everything that
right,
break it down in 5 steps.
Okay, all right. I don't know if I'm gonna get 5, but we're gonna just get steps. Okay, all right, cool. number one step to everything, right, is start shifting your mindset. Start shifting your mindset to a mindset that is plentiful, to a mindset that is abundance, right? Know and understand that you can have anything and everything that you want. That's number one, right? Now it sounds crazy, but now how do I achieve that? How do I start this mindset? Okay, there's documentaries like The Secret, right? That's the first documentary I ever saw in my life. You ever heard The Secret?
No, I never heard of it.
So The Secret is the science behind the law of attraction. So before you even become one of my mentees, you have to watch The Secret and you have to read Think and Grow Rich. That's mandatory.
Wow. Okay.
Mandatory, because with The Secret, it helps you unlock the law of attraction. Because we always say the law of attraction, it's cool to say, but to understand the science behind how it is done, that's something totally different. And when we understand something, we can bring it to fruition a lot faster. So that's number one. So mindset is number one. Number two, stop giving a fuck. We give a fuck. No, I'm just being honest. We give a fuck too much, bro. We care about, did I put this much hashtags, or did the post do well? And we worry about so much shit. Go ahead.
I like that because just the other day, my brother is a fitness coach and all that type of stuff. And I told him, hey, drop a video of your voice, do voiceovers. Like those you can use that to build more content. He's like, oh, I don't like how my voice sounds, stuff like that. I was yelling at him for 5 minutes. Do it. Matter of fact, we're going to do it now. You just set a good valid point on the phone. You can say in 10 seconds, let's do it and drop it to get over that fear. So that's key,
You know what? I always like to make fun of myself. And because I'm comfortable enough, obviously everybody might not be comfortable enough, but I make fun of myself when I feel insecure about something, just to let the elephant out of the room for myself and keep it moving. Like if I stutter, I ain't gonna say I have a stuttering problem, but I might stutter a little bit, but just keep bear with me, y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? I might say I make fat jokes all the time. You know what I'm saying? Just because like I'm big as shit. It is what it is, right? Sometimes when you just put the elephant out in the room, it makes you feel better. So if he's like, I don't like my voice, look, y'all, I'm coming to y'all again. Look, my voice might be a little crazy. I don't like my voice, but I'm gonna give it to you anyway. It's just about putting it out there and just stop. Because first of all, you probably the only one that feels that way. You know what I mean? Nobody else probably even paying attention to shit. So it's like we're all in our head. But the minute we just stop giving a fuck and just do it, you'd be surprised the reactions from people, and other people had the same problem. So there's somebody else that feels the same way, that if you do it and expose that you feel that way, damn, you know what? I ain't like my voice either, but shit, he didn't. He 20 videos in. He's 40 videos in. Fuck it, I'm going to do it. And then you start a domino effect.
Dang,
so sometimes by you not giving a fuck, you help other people that give a fuck.
You'd be surprised how you impact somebody that
100%. 100%.
Gotcha.
Another thing, number three, I would say, so do everything with purpose and strategy, right? Everything should have a strategy to it. Everything should have a purpose to it. So by me not giving a fuck, right? Boom, that's one step, right? So now I'm make sure I'm uploading 3 videos no matter what today. No matter what. Now, what can I do to make those 3 videos the best videos possible without me not posting? Like, I don't want to make it too complicated where people are like, well, it wasn't how I wanted it to, so I'm not going to post. No. Still post, but give yourself the best chance to get the most exposure. So whether that be, okay, today I'm going to focus on what hashtags are trending right now, or what content is trending right now. Let's say content. Let's say there's a bunch of beef with rappers right now. So say Kendrick Lamar is beefing with Drake, right? Boom, that's one piece of content, right? Okay, I'm going to now leverage that content because it's trending, and I might say, yo, did y'all hear that new Drake song? Yeah, that was crazy, but it's nothing like, and then go into my content. You get what I'm saying? So sometimes you could leverage off of what's trending and then go into your own thing.
I like that.
Making remix content.
I like that. And because I like that. I never thought about saying that and tie it into whatever it is, whatever message or whatever purposeful content you're putting out there. I like that.
Not? All right, so the video.
That's clever.
So say somebody's falling, right? So it's a viral of a man. He just he did a crazy flip and he fell on the ground. It was crazy. It went viral, right? Now, if I wanted to, I can take that video of him falling and then fall into my chair, and then
I seen that.
You get what I'm saying?
I seen that.
So using content that's already going viral, because when something goes viral, it automatically tells you that people are interested in it. So if you're if the world says that this is interesting, I'm going to take what the world says is interesting, put it in the front of my video, and then I'm going to come after it, whatever I got. And now you already know people are going to watch it because the world showed you that people are going to watch it. And then just come with your own content then. And then you might transfer let's just say out of 100% of our audience, you might get 20% to be like, oh, I like this guy. That's 20% of people that wouldn't have saw you if you ain't put that viral video up front.
That's key. I like that. So I want to ask this question after you finish it because I want to get into stuff. I want to go everywhere, man. But that's crazy.
Another one would be, let me see. I think so. How I like to look at it is you have structure, your business, your systems, you have your content, and then you have your marketing, right? If you're in business, you should have all three. So when you do your content, what is your content leading to? So if I put out a video right now, hey guys, I'm on a podcast right now. We giving the tips on how to go viral on Instagram right now. Make sure you click the link in the bio if you want to learn more. Boom. That content has to lead to something, whether that be another video or a product or a service. That has to lead to something. That something is a system, whether that be a sales funnel, whether that be a lead capture. You then want to take those people outside of this platform and you want to put them into a lead capture where you can actually market to those people.
So with that same example, you have that same marketing tool. Instead of bringing them to the YouTube, it would be better to bring it to a website where they can capture the information
if you're selling a product or service, yes, you want to definitely bring them into a place where, like a sales funnel, where you can capture their email and phone number for SMS. Like that's the ultimate goal.
Got you. So say if I have this podcast, right? Say I post Instagram saying, hey, we just dropped this new episode. They would go to the website where they would then...
Well, you have to give some incentives because everybody's just going to a website for no reason.
Okay, yeah.
So the incentive might be, let's just say we're doing a giveaway, right? For everybody that goes to the website, the giveaway is we'll give away a free ebook to the 5 steps to how to go viral, or whatever the case may be, right? You give people incentive, and then now think about this. Imagine you capture 100,000 people, right? Let's say 100,000 people just fill in their information and you have that list.
Yeah.
Now out of that 100,000 people, whatever you do, every episode, every drop, you can come up with a new product. Everything that you do, you have 100,000 people to market to, and that list keeps growing.
So what is the best place to store these people? Because I see there's HoneyBooks. Like I want to know like an optimized way where it's like, all right, their traffic to my website, and when they fill it out, it goes to one place. Like there's all these services out there. Like,
there's a lot of services out there.
MailChimp and stuff like that.
All of them work. I like go high level. Me personally, it's a real learning curve though. I'm not gonna lie. Like it's you have to really like understand and learn it. But go high level is like where they took everything, MailChimp, everything, and put it into one. So you have to go. You don't need anything else. They got SMS in there. They got sales funnel. They have everything inside of one. You can build a community in there. Everything. Jesus. So go high, and you get the white label it. So that means you get to actually own, like, put your own brand on the software where it's not even theirs anymore, it's yours.
And you can build like your own click funnels and stuff 100%, like that too?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Everything in one.
Everything in one.
Now it is a small learning curve. You have to understand it, and if you don't know how to build websites or anything, it is a slight learning curve. And you can hire, you can hire people from overseas like
VAs.
Yeah, VAs and all that, which is cool. But that system I found to be the ultimate all-in-one system. But you need a system because without a system, you just hustling hard.
Got you.
You know what I mean? Like without think about it. So everything should have a system. You put out a podcast, you have a system. If they watch it clip on Instagram and they leave a comment, that should automatically send them to the actual full video. When they watch the full video, when they're watching it, something should pop up. Like everything should have a flow.
Wait, say that again? Because that was clever. You said if somebody watches their video or finds
so if somebody watches your video on Instagram, say somebody watches this video right here, right? Yeah. And they comment. That comment should have a trigger. A trigger means that comment makes something else happen. So when they comment, automatically you have a system that sends them an automatic DM from you saying, hey, I appreciate the love you've been showing me. Here goes the full version of the video so you can get all the game you need. Boom. That leads to them going to the video, and now you have more triggers. You get what I'm saying?
Got you. Whether they comment on Instagram, I got you. Because I seen
everything should have a trigger. Whether they comment, whether they send you a DM, whether they reach out to you, everything should have a reaction to it.
Okay.
Automatically, without you doing it.
Okay. That's dope.
That's a system.
That's a system. So there's structure, and that structure is like, say how would you describe that structure again?
So
your structure, system.
So your system is your structure. So you have your content.
Okay, got you.
So you have your content, you're structuring your system, and then your marketing.
Okay.
Because when you do your content, it leads to your system, But then now you have to also do marketing for your content to also lead back to the system.
Got you.
And
then that system funnels them through and takes them to the next stage.
100%.
Got you. So that's number 3. Does that end at number 3? Or
Yeah. That's all you need. If you got content, systems, and marketing, I mean, you're good to go.
Got you. And as far as like the 5 things that you need, does it end off at that 3? You mentioned mindset. You mentioned not caring about that type of stuff, and you mentioned structuring, having that systems, and doing all that type of stuff. Does it end off right there?
I mean, that's like the basis of it. And there's also like, do your own research, really just be a student of the game. And honestly, pay for experience. Like, get yourself out there, pay for mentorship. Mentorship is probably one of the biggest things that I didn't notice I had, because it was just people just kind of always came into my life to be that without me even asking for it. Because they say, if you're ready to learn, the teacher will appear.
Yeah.
So I've always been ready to learn. So the teacher always appeared. You know what I mean? But sometimes you have to go forward and pay that. So like when I invested in the Tai Lopez program, I had to pay $1,200 to invest into that knowledge. Damn. You know what I mean? And I was broke at the time, so I had to get on a payment plan. You know what I'm saying?
Damn,
but at the same time,
real,
it's like, real. Who gives pay to learn? Yeah. Because that when you learn the thing, that leads to the next thing. And now you start making money and you start making change in your life.
That's real. That's real.
So I would say number 4 would be mentorship for sure.
Mentorship. Okay. So we boiled down to the Power 5 to the Power 4. Now, Peter, you dropped a lot of good gems today. At the end of the day, my name is Olivier J. Darcis, helping you with Peter do to do life well. Peace.